Welcome to the program. I'm Varun Tiwari and today more excited. I'm sitting with that team, one and only team, Art of Living. So we want to know from team what's the way of Art of Living. Welcome to the program and welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me, Varun.
Tim, I just saw you. You are teaching a lot of thousands of people, telling them how to live the life. And I want to know how your journey starts. How you come in this field when you think like that. You are the person who can teach others how to live the life.
Yeah, thank you, Varun. I was very successful in my business career, especially at a very young age. So by the time I was 30, I was running a sizable part of a business which covered 3/5 of the world. So at that age, you thought you made it. Right? But there was something in me that was always not complete, and I didn't know what it was. I had whatever I wanted, I could have. Whoever I wanted to call, I could call. But there was something missing until one of my friends got very sick, and there was nothing I could do for them. Neither money, connections, access, all that didn't work. And I read somewhere about this course called the Art of Living Breathing course. And I didn't believe it, because how can breathing heal? But besides breathing heal, how can breathing make the person feel better? So I went on the course to disprove it. And when I went on the course, at the end of the course, I realized it was everything I was looking for. Because what was missing was me being in the presence of my own life, rather than chasing after things which I thought was important that made me think that was my life. Are you getting what I'm saying?
That's really beautiful. So you got at that time, how many years before?
That was in year 2000.
2000.
Yeah, giving my age away now.
And now you are the guru, you are the teacher, you are teaching a lot of people how to live the life.
Yeah, it's not how to live the life, it's more how do you show up in your own life. Once we are working, we have family and all that, we think what we're doing is living the life because I am allowing my family to enjoy things, right? But that's not living the life, because you're earning, but you don't spend time with your family. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
The family is happy, but you're not.
Yes.
So it's not how do you live your life, but how do you become more present.
So what to do in that case when you are earning and family is happy, but you are not?
Yeah.
This is a very big question.
It's a big ocean, and that ocean is you have to focus on yourself first. Because we always forget about ourselves first, because we're giving it for family.
So,
but if you're not focused on yourself and you don't take care of yourself, then how can you take care of your family?
So we can say be your best friend first.
Correct. Be your best friend first. And being your best friend first, what is your best friend like? You share everything with them. Your ups, your downs. But when it comes to ourselves as being our best friend, we never share our ups and downs. We push down our ups and downs.
Yes.
And that becomes our stress. That becomes our trauma. That becomes our ill health in later years. Isn't it? We make up all our money now, so half our health is spent on making wealth, and then we spend our wealth on getting back that health in our later days.
If I'm talking about, I saw your presentation when in one room, and I just feel like that as your background is Chinese. And you are talking about Indian mantras.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to know. Normally, Chinese people, in fact, don't know English. Half of the people just say no English. And but you are talking about the mantras. You are talking about the Indian Vedas and a lot of stuff. So how you manage all the stuff? So what you're studying and everything? We want to know about that.
It's the curiosity. I was always curious about finding out who God was or who God is from a very young age. And my background being Chinese, we only worship money.
Yes.
So we worship a God in order to get the money, so we worship money. But I could never get an answer on who is God. So I explored all religions. I went through Christianity, Buddhism, I explored Islam, I explored Hinduism, Judaism. I explored all the great faiths and the small faiths in life. But they still couldn't give me an answer, because one question I had always was questioning the authority of God. And when you say that to any person, they will say you cannot say that, because that is disrespectful, blasphemous, sacrilegious, unholy, and things like that. And inside of me, I say, well, if you cannot question the authority of God, then how do you know how great God is? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because no one could give me the answer, I stopped and I lived in the world. So I just partied and partied and partied. But then it got to that point when my friend got sick. Then I went on the course thinking it's not going to work. But when that change happened in me, which reminded me of one thing, in my quest to climb to the top, I missed out on the journey. Are you getting what I'm saying? And that journey is being mindful and present in your own life, being aware, being in the present moment. But how does that happen? Right? So the only tradition that talks about being in the present moment is one. That is the Vedic tradition.
Vedic.
Yeah. And that then got me curious. And then when I met Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar, it was the first time I met a guru.
Wow.
I had no idea what a guru was. I mean, in Chinese we have kung fu masters and all that, right? And that they teach, like that. But when it comes to spirituality of having a living master, it's very foreign to non-Indians. And that got my curiosity and always the suspicion. Because on news you always hear gurus making mistakes and all that. So I had this very idea that what is he up to? Because the fear in most people going into any form of self-awareness or self-exploration or spirituality is three things, right? One is indoctrination, followed by manipulation, and then followed by radicalization.
Wow.
These are the three things people are worried about, and that is why people fear to go and explore other faiths. But when you don't explore, then how can you have a conversation?
Yeah.
Are you getting what I'm saying? So then when I started looking into Indian spirituality and the teachings of Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar, then the entire creation was opened up to me. It was incredible. It's so scientific. And the unfortunate thing is, when we call on these great civilization learnings, we call them ancient, right? But once when you hear the word ancient in the English language, what do you think of? Old, useless, not relevant. So people will not go and engage it. But if you say it's timeless, which it is, that means across all timelines, across all struggles and glories, across all civilization, this wisdom remains intact. And that is the Vedic tradition. And that's what got me into it, because I studied philosophy in university. So in Western philosophy, you question everything. And in Vedic philosophy, you question everything after you've experienced it, not before you.
Yes. Means your experience is the first you done on yourself, you learn, then you can tell it to others.
Yes. Otherwise it becomes a concept. So when I first did the breathing technique of the Sudarshan Kriya, it was like, what is happening? I have no thoughts, I've gone blank. Have I passed out? I haven't. And yet I feel dynamic, fully present, and fully aware. When was the last time that happened? Not even during your big exams were you fully present or were you're only worried about what score will I get rather than focusing on the exam paper itself.
From the last more than 2 decades, you are in this industry and experience yourself, then you are telling to others. So, art of living. And art of living be your best friend, as I told things. So, how you manage, especially physically, you are very fit, like a lot of exercise things, so you are making the time for the fitness as well.
Correct. You see, the art of living does not tell you to leave the world because you're a part of the world. But it tells you how to live in the world better according to what you want. Are you getting what I'm saying? If your body is not well, then you cannot meditate. Because what would you be worried about? Am I going to get well? Isn't it? So, when you go onto any spiritual path, whatever it may be, the important thing is that it does not exclude you from the world. In fact, the world was created for you so that you can experience yourself better. Right? So the physical exercise is important for me, eating well, but delicious food.
Oh yes.
Who doesn't like that, right?
Yeah. Exercise how long? 1 hour?
1 hour. I do less now. Before it was 7 days a week. Now maybe 3 or 4. But that comes with age.
Yes. Timing.
Yeah, timing and age. But that is the thing. The moment you need to give up something, then you know it's not important in your life. But you don't give it up without first considering it. I see too many people say, "Oh, now I'm meditating. I shouldn't do this. I should no." Because whatever you resist persists more. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a matter of knowing yourself. Then you're able to then find time on what is critical to your life rather than what is important. Yeah.
Now I'm talking about the dates. Some dates are coming in. Your events are coming. So what do you want to tell about your dates, which people want to join?
Yeah, we actually have a grant from the Willara Council. And this grant is in response to the Bondi Westfield incident. So in April this year, there was a random stabbing where unfortunately 6 people lost their lives, and there's been a lot of trauma in the community. So we got the grant, and we have 6 workshops coming up. One on August the 15th, and then the rest in September, October, November, and December.
Yeah.
Right. So those are 3 workshops that's happening on Thursdays in Double Bay. Then we have the Sky Breathing Technique, which is a paid course. And that is happening on September the 27th, 28th, and 29th in Double Bay as well. What you learn there is the Sky Breathing Technique, or the Sudarshan Kriya. And that is the flagship of what Art of Living teaches. That technique allows you to reset yourself.
How I feel good as a Hindu when a Chinese person talking about Hindu Kriyas and Sudarshan, that really sounds like a big power.
It is. India is the spirituality superpower. You know, you cannot deny that, and I think that you're seeing that now. You look across the whole world, yoga is now taking off. You know, before yoga, it was like maybe it was someone different than you do yoga. Now it's taking off. So the resurgence of timeless and ancient wisdom is now happening again, and you cannot deny the seat that India has in this space. Thousands of years.
Tim, want to thank you for taking your time to come into the studio. And before going, I want to ask you, for the viewers, how to live the life according to you.
To give back to the community, give back to people around you. And when I mean giving back, I don't mean like donations, but doing service, selfless service. So do savor. That will free you from all your miseries.
Thank you, Tim. Have like a beautiful talk with you, and thank you very much. Friends, as Tim told, as we talk about that, be your best friend first. Then give back to the community, whatever the way you can do that. Thank you.
Australia's first Indian magazine to have a national reach, Indusage is the largest circulated South Asian magazine in Australia with 5 simultaneous editions, 55,000 copies printed monthly, 220,000 readers, largest network of clients, undisputed leader in community news. Indusage is circulated in Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Brisbane and Perth to over 525 outlets. Grab your copy now to get the latest on the community, news from India, Bollywood, music and much more. For more info, log on to www.indusage.com.au.